Hello and how are you? I am Christina Maria Lloyd, Moderna Mom, and welcome to a free 5-day SpaceCleanse mentorship, right? So this is what I have been so excited to share with you. Why? Because so many of us have so many wonderful traits about ourselves, so many wonderful characteristics about ourselves, about our personalities, and then there's little areas that sometimes hold us back from being more great, maybe more successful, maybe more confident, maybe more maybe to have that extra hump. And you know what? I am here to share with you ways and how you can create that for yourself, right? So the reason why I wanted to put together this 5-day free mentorship, it's for one reason, and that is because, as many of you know, I incorporated myself in 2008 and started my company called Outer Space, a home for everything you own, and pretty much is turn chaos into calm. And that was what I lived for. That's what the message that I conveyed, and that is how I change people's lives, right? So then fast forward 6.5 years ago, I had my son, Roman Parker Lloyd. And then things kind of took a little twist because I still kept my business, but I wasn't so hands-on, right? And it was wonderful. But before that, there is something that always know that we always tap into your innate talents. And when you know what you're great at, you need to use it. You need to use that to maximize your life. And that's what I did. And without realizing the gift that I possessed in organizing not just my space, but someone else's space, someone else's environment, and allowing them to see how it is so important for us to honor a space. And that's what we want to start out with this mentorship program, which is, first and foremost, what do I hope for you to get out of these 5 days? My goal for you to get out of these 5 days is the following, which is to be able to walk out of here and apply some of the systems that I show you, that I just thought I did, right? Oh, girl. Some of the systems that I share with you, and apply it according to your personality, apply it according to your lifestyle, to your schedule, to who you are. You understand? So there is no right way, but there is a way that it does work and it is functional. Does that make sense? So first and foremost, let me start out by sharing with you one thing that it's totally important, which is when we're talking about organizing an environment, physical stuff that we're attached to, and I am standing here very specific in what I call Roman Parker's little shrine area. And I created this because these are little pieces in memoir that bring me back from pretty much from the day that he was born, or pretty much from when he was inside my womb. So I'm being very deliberate and standing here because there's a message behind it all. And that's the importance of honoring that space. And as I walk you through steps, I want you to apply it to, I'm applying it to this corner of the room, but I want you to apply it to somewhere in your home, specifically a bedroom, okay? So when you specifically apply it to your bedroom, I may show you something of a 6.5-year-old, but what difference does it make? Apply it to yourself if you don't have children, if that makes sense, okay? Because the system is still the same. So before we move any further, we need to establish certain rules, okay? And that is, if you see the word space, I am using space and breaking it down in an acronym. So first, When you organize an environment, this is what you do. You are going to create a magnificent way that you can say to yourself, why is it that I'm feeling like this, right? And you are going to say, what is it that I want to do in this room? So when you break down the word space, space means for sorting, right? And the reason why I had to take that pause is because most of us will have that pause when it's time to organize our belongings, because there's emotional attachment to it. You understand? We physically and emotionally are attached to these items, where they resemble and it has an attachment to our ego, or whether it has an attachment to a loss, whether it has an attachment to something that we seek to have. So it goes in various ways, okay? So when you see the word, and I'm breaking the word down of the word space, S stands for sorting. So when you are in an environment, we are going to sort. So we are going to sort, number one, what is physically here. So for example, in your bedroom, it could be clothes, it could be furniture, it could be jewelry, it could be a whole bunch of gadgets and gadgets, electronics that are all everywhere, right? Some may even have your workout stuff in there, right? So first, when you're going through the process of organizing, let's handle it first with the word. First, you're going to sort, okay? And when you sort, what you're going to do is that you are going to bring into your environment things that are going to make it possible for you. So first, you're going to sort, and then the P stands for purging. And what does purging mean? Purging does not mean just throw out. No, there's 4 different categories of purging, okay? And when we purge, we can sell, we can donate, we can recycle, or we can just throw it in the trash. That's what purging means in the process of organizing a particular area, organizing your environment. Let's move on to the word A. A stands for assign. We are going to assign a home for it and give it a place where it can be reachable. It can be easy accessible depending on the use. Let's say if we're talking about clothes, you may want to go ahead and assign a location for it, where if it's winter, maybe up there, where you can have easy access to it, and you can just reach it, your hats, this, that, and the other. And if it's if it's summer, maybe you just want to tuck it away in bins or whatever, dependent where you live, right? So now if we move on to the word C, C stands for containerize. And what's so different between assigning and containerizing? Well, very different, because number one, you can say, these winter jammies are going to go in the closet. Okay, and what else goes in the closet? So now we're talking about containing it. Now you just may want to go ahead and buy like a cute little basket, like for example, like one of these. And you may want to store your winter jammies in there, or your summer jammies in there, depending on the season that you're particular organizing, right? Then if we move on to the letter E, E stands for equalize or maintain. And what does that mean? You maintain your organization, that you took pride and time to put this together. And like I said to you at the beginning of this video, honor your space. Take pride in what you own. If you're choosing to keep this frame, gee whiz, dust it off, make sure, it doesn't have cobwebs, make sure, it's not just tilted, make sure, display it beautifully so your aura can have that connection to it, and you can say, I honor this frame that was given to me by my sister right before my son was born. Exactly. That's how you do it. You see what I'm saying? And that is what equalize stands for, or slash maintain. So now that I kind of share that with you, I also want to share with you, fast forward to 2.5 years ago, which is when I had Salome. Now, I am going to move you now into how to physically go through this process. So the reason why I had not brought up Salome is because Salome brought something very different to the equation of a family of 3, then it turned into a family of 4. I found having that extra person, I found it where my analness, or maybe my anal retentiveness in certain ways were not being met when baby girl arrived. So that is the reason why I chose to take the approach in this project with you in what? Really simple. In doing a documentary style, which is I had Salome November 23rd, 2014, and that's when a little bit after I had to totally back down from professional organizing. Why? Because I cannot be a hypocrite and convey a message to others that I was deep inside struggling with, which was what? When she first arrived, there were days that I was struggling, which is, do I pump? Do I nurse her? Do I this? Or do I make the bed? Do I fold clothes? Or do I nurse her? Or do I wash her? Do I wash her clothes? Or do I fold? Or do I, holy smokes. So this is the reason why I wanted to show you this particular, the way I'm running this mentorship, which is some of it, will be through videos and showing you a little bit of tutorials, and some of them will be actual corners that I will also be addressing along with you. And as I assign you an assignment, I'm also assigning for myself. Fair? Fair. So last but not least, I just want to share with you and ask you, before we start the tutorial, ask yourself, how will this mentorship help me? How will it serve me? And that is what I'm here to share with you and show you how it can serve you if you know that there's areas in our home that need our attention. And whether it's for us to do it or have the help do it, someone has to do it, right? If you're looking to have a better quality life, a better organized life, and however that applies to you. So that will be that. I will continue on and sharing with you some of the videos of my tutorials. So stay tuned.